Robert Kiyosaki, the writer of the book/manual Rich Dad Poor Dad, a financial bestseller for more than 6 years running, which has sold more than 32 million copies in 109 countries around the globe and has been translated into 51 languages, has a very clear position on the most highly capitalized cryptocurrency. According to the author and economist, Bitcoin could hit new lows. Nevertheless, it remains a strategic asset with a great future. Hi guys, crypto investing here. Before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get started. Hype is not everything, but it helps a lot, and more so in a world where trust is king. Skepticism, frequently playing a role in the crypto environment, makes it seem very niche and complex. In part it is, and its gradual but slow spread is testament to this. Precisely when the markets were opening up to blockchain and crypto in general, this trust suffered the worst blow. The economic situation, with the supply chain crisis due to the difficulty of finding raw materials, the repeated COVID pandemic with the consequent lockdowns that have caused a sharp slowdown in the economy, inflation caused by an excessive booster of money by the central banks, above all the Fed, and last but not least the war in Ukraine involving half the world, have created a climate of uncertainty that we are unfortunately living with. Against this backdrop, the Terra/Luna ecosystem meltdown, which has shown the fragilities of the crypto world, has severely undermined investor confidence, which, nonetheless, based on the latest surveys, remains high on Bitcoin. BTC's script, its history, and investors' perception of its concreteness continue to make the crypto par excellence still firmly in the hearts of insiders. Emblematic is the latest survey, which, despite arriving when Bitcoin touches $24,138.60, the result of another 9% drop, gives an injection of confidence to the sector by highlighting not only that 42% of investors believe in the cryptocurrency's recovery but that it will return from the current $24,000 to between $75,000 and $100,000 by the end of the year. A nice booster to the cryptocurrency asset, but one has to weigh other factors that seem conflicting. Bitcoin price prediction. While 42% believe that Bitcoin will already reach $75,000/100,000 by this year, another 58% see it as the victim of a bearish future that will take it, according to some, to the $8,000 mark, bringing its value back many years. Sentiment is negative, but in a world so plagued by problems and diplomatic crises, it seems a great result that 42% of investors still point to a rally for the digital gold. Speaking of gold, again compared to Bitcoin, it has lost ground again, a normal decline after a long run but one that raises many suspicions and shifts hopes even further on BTC. Partially justifying Bitcoin's current red period is the cyclicality with which the virtual currency historically experiences 2 bull years and 2 bear years. In addition to the problems that plague classic markets, finance and also cryptocurrencies, there is the fact that we are in the 2 bear years and that a turnaround is only expected in 2023. In the meantime, the focus is on the fact that 42% of hedge funds place Bitcoin between $75,000 and $100,000 at the end of the year, as highlighted by Bitcoin Archive on Twitter. Bitcoin's future path according to Robert Kiyosaki. According to Kiyosaki, the $29,000 touched by BTC is only the beginning of a descent that is not yet ready to stop. The economist believes that the rise in inflation was not only not understood and predicted by the Biden administration and the Fed, but was caused by an overly expansive monetary policy. The billions of dollars printed by the Fed and bestowed by the U.S. government to cope with the pandemic have been the subject of strong criticism coming not only from Kiyosaki, but also from a large group of investors. Robert Kiyosaki tweeted, "I remain bullish on Bitcoin's future. Waiting for test of new bottom. 20K? 14K? 11K? 9K? Why do I remain bullish? Fed and Treasury are corrupt organizations. They will self-destruct before they regain honesty, integrity, and moral compass. Take care. Be aware." In essence, part of the financial community is thinking about new declines for Bitcoin. According to the American entrepreneur and writer, the main cryptocurrency is expected to experience a big drop, while at first he expected the new low to be $17,000. He later stated that he had to correct the forecast downwards to $11,000/$9,000. Not only Bitcoin, the dollar is also at risk. In March this year, he also warned about the trend of the US dollar, which he said was about to implode, suggesting ways out. One solution to an eventual debacle of the world's main trading currency could, according to Kiyosaki, be to differentiate one's portfolio by holding gold, silver, and a mix of cryptocurrencies, which he identified as Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, ETH, and Solana, SOL. Kiyosaki's position is not against cryptocurrencies. On the contrary, he considers them an asset to be harnessed and bet on in the long run. What he warns against, however, is vision. They are a good investment and should be kept in the portfolio, but not many will survive, so one must be careful and bet on the most solid ones. On the other hand, the entrepreneur's view on the US dollar and central banks is bad, as they are destined to eventually implode and thus make way for a new digital currency, digital dollar, and a system in which a few cryptocurrencies will coexist and support the world economy. Today someone opened a 17,919 WBTC position on Maker to borrow 278 million DAI. Celsius Network has $17,919 WBTC leveraged in Maker protocol. This position faces liquidation at $22,584/BTC. $278 mil DAI debt, making it the largest individual debt position on the protocol. The address that opened this position is suspected to be that of Celsius. Maker issues the stablecoin DAI using over-collateralized loans. In fact, to borrow 278 million DAI, equivalent to $278 million, it was necessary to lock up 17,919 WBTC, or over $420 million. WBTC is the main token representing BTC, or Bitcoin, on the Ethereum blockchain. For every WBTC issued, there is one BTC locked in the protocol that manages WBTC. Thus, with almost 18,000 Bitcoin, this address managed to borrow $278 million, with a value ratio of 1 minute and 1.6 seconds, i.e., slightly more than the DAI protocol. The problem is that should the price of BTC fall below $22,584, the position would be liquidated. In other words, the 17,919 WBTC would be cashed out and sold by Maker, thus ceasing to be owned by the person who opened the position. It is not clear whether it was really Celsius that opened that position. If so, it would be a big problem if it were liquidated. Celsius revealed today that it had liquidity problems. So much so that it was forced to temporarily suspend withdrawals. So far, there are no reports that they have been rehabilitated again, so the problem is still ongoing. However, there is a possibility that the association of that address with Celsius is incorrect, so even in the event of liquidation, there may be no consequences for the company. If, on the other hand, that address turns out to actually be theirs, the company could have big problems in the event of liquidation of the position. The current situation of the Celsius platform and the liquidity risk linked to the heavy market crash. Today, the price of the CEL token fell a lot, but over the course of the hours, it recovered slightly. This seems to mean that the market does not believe much in the hypothesis that Celsius is behind that critical position, or that it does not believe that the price of BTC will fall below $22,584. DAI, for example, suffered no problems today, with its market value almost fixed at $1, as it should be. MKR, Maker's governance token, lost 16%. However, it remains perfectly in line with ETH's loss, minus 15%. The low touched by BTC so far today is just over $23,500, so not that far from $22,584. For now, Bitcoin has lost 13% compared to 24 hours ago, but it is not excluded that it could fall further. That's it for today's video. Please like and share and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.